Snowy and temperatures dropping into the 30s. Complete forecast coming up, including how much to expect. Jet 24 Action News starts right now.
From your news lead.
A final push for a seat in the Oval Office. On this final Sunday before Election Day, candidates are hitting battleground states.
Eric Trump makes his final campaign stop in Erie County just days before the election. Coming up, we're speaking to him one-on-one.
Faculty members from Erie High School tested positive for COVID-19, resulting in the school's closure. Find out what this means for student athletics.
Live in high definition from your news leader. This is Jet 24 Action News at 11.
New at 11, President Donald Trump holding 5 rallies across 5 states today. Vice President Biden reaching out to voters in Pennsylvania. ABC's Alex Perche says they are urging their supporters to head to the polls in this final push for the White House. Jet 24 Action News is your local election headquarters.
With just 2 days until Election Day, the candidates are blitzing battleground country. President Trump holding 5 rallies across 5 states on Sunday, including Iowa, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. His first stop, Michigan, where he is once again making his case to suburban women.
They want to close down your factories, ship your jobs to China, eliminate private health care, destroy the suburbs. The women of the suburbs, you gotta love me.
The president's handling of the coronavirus pandemic continues to be a key issue. His campaign says voters want life to get back to normal.
You look at these Democrat-run states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. We're seeing this on the campaign trail with the rallies. People are tired of these lockdowns. They want to safely reopen.
In Philadelphia, where Pennsylvania polls show a tight race, Joe Biden taking aim at the president's leadership.
2 more days, we can put an end to this presidency that is from the very beginning sought to divide us, to tear us apart.
His campaign appearing confident they will win some of the battleground states Trump carried in 2016.
Instead of the number of contested battleground states shrinking, which is normally what you see at this point in a campaign, the number has actually expanded so that we're now campaigning also in Georgia, in Iowa, in Ohio.
As Election Day nears, more than 93 million Americans have already cast their ballots. 9 million Texans have voted, surpassing all of 2016's turnout. But a federal judge will hear arguments Monday in a case brought by Texas conservatives challenging more than 100,000 ballots cast at 10 drive-through locations in Harris County, which is largely Democrat.
No matter who you voted for, we recognize your vote for the treasure that it is. We are fighting as hard as we possibly can to protect every single vote that has been cast.
The group alleging curbside voting violates state and federal election laws. A similar challenge was already rejected by the all-Republican Texas Supreme Court. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
The son of President Donald Trump made a campaign stop in Waterford this afternoon. The commander-in-chief's son, Eric Trump, visited Mound Grove Golf Course for a Make America Great Again rally. Star Bodie joins us in the control room. She had a chance to speak one-on-one with him. Star, what was his message to keep his father in the White House for 4 more years?
Hi, Brian. For about 30 minutes, Eric Trump talked about how unemployment rates have dropped and how the economy has improved under his father's leadership, among other important topics.
The race for a seat at the White House is underway with just 2 days left until the presidential election. President Trump's son, Eric Trump, making a final campaign stop in hopes of gaining Erie County votes.
They're sick and tired of seeing the radical left. These guys have never accomplished anything. They want to increase your taxes by $4 trillion. They want to strip faith out of society. They want to take away constitutional rights like your Second Amendment.
This comes after Erie County went red during the 2016 election, Eric Trump believing it could be done again. For 30 minutes, Trump's son calling out Democratic nominee Joe Biden, expressing the lack of success in 47 years.
The other guy can't even be found. No one even knows where the guy is. I mean, he's got zero work ethic, and they see how hard my father works every single day, and they also see how hard he fights for this country.
Eric Trump also expressing that the Democratic Party would raise taxes and remove private health care. He goes on to tell us that fracking is vital in the Keystone State, and if his father were re-elected, he would continue success.
Biden literally came out and said, yes, I'd like to phase out fossil fuels by 2025, and my father will never let it happen. He'll always be behind our great energy workers, and he'll always be behind our industry in this country.
President Trump's son also claiming how unemployment and the economy has improved under his father's leadership.
Now, this was the final stop of his campaign. Eric tells us he's made more than 200 visits across the country. Brian?
Thank you, Star. Vice President Mike Pence will be making a campaign stop in Erie on Monday. The Vice President will make an appearance at a Make America Great Again victory rally at the Tom Ridge Field Erie International Airport. The rally is scheduled to start at 2 p.m. with doors opening at noon. You can learn more about the event and how to get tickets by visiting our website, yourerie.com. The Biden campaign announced this morning that Dr. Jill Biden will make a stop in Erie Monday morning. On Monday, former Vice President Biden, Jill Biden, Senator Harris will travel to Pennsylvania, reaching all four corners of the state. Dr. Biden will kick off in Erie, then attend a Get Out the Vote rally in Lawrence and Allegheny counties. The time and location for the event in Erie has yet to be announced. The Erie County Elections Department announced that a change has been made for Mill Creek Township District 2 residents. The voting location has changed from the Kearsarge Fire Department to the Church of Christ located on West Grandview Boulevard. The Erie County Board of Elections chairman says the chief of the volunteer fire company did not feel they had the manpower to ensure of their ability to keep the facility clean and disinfected and safe for voters. You can learn more details on our website. For all your election news anytime, you can go to our website, yourerie.com. Now to the COVID-19 numbers in our area and across the state. The State Department of Health reports 38 new cases of COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. The total number of Erie County cases is 2,261. There have been 54 COVID-19 related deaths reported in Erie County. And along with those high Erie County numbers, the state and regional cases are on the rise as well. The Pennsylvania Department of Health reporting 1,909 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, bringing the statewide total to over 209,000. There were 5 new deaths. That total currently stands at 8,817. Crawford County reporting 585. That's an increase of 14. Warren County remains at 71. Chautauqua County reporting 1,060. And Ashtabula County reporting 856. That's an increase of 23. And coming up after the break, one local business unveils a new mural with a powerful message of social justice and change. That's after a first look at the forecast. Craig.
November came roaring in here today, huh? A lot of wind.